Quick question, do you know your hourly rate? Not what you charge your clients, but what your time is actually worth. I just calculated this for a client doing 2.5 million per year. He believed his time was worth $2,000 an hour, which I agreed with, but he was spending it on $50 an hour work. And it was costing him at least $288,000 a year. Let me show you what I mean. You see, most seven-figure entrepreneurs have no idea what their time is actually worth. So they spend $2,000 an hour of their time on $10 an hour work, answering customer support emails, doing delivery work that the team could handle, and they wonder why they're stuck at 2 to 5 million. Here's the truth. To scale to 2 million to a million a month, you don't need to do more. You need to become an effective executive. Not just efficient, effective. And in order to make effective decisions on your time, you need to know your hourly rate. And today I'm going to show you how to make yourself unnecessary in your business, the difference between efficient and effective, this concept changes everything, and the one question that separates 2 million entrepreneurs from a million a month entrepreneurs, and how to calculate your hourly rate in less than 60 seconds. That's at the end of the video, and you need to do it right now, so stick around for that. Hi, my name is Mark Dharma. I'm the founder of Mill a Month. I help seven-figure entrepreneurs who are stuck between 2 to 5 million scale toward a million a month without working more hours. I've spent 17 years coaching high performers, including Sam Ovens, CEO of School.com, Ty Lopez, and seven-figure entrepreneurs across industries from medical to manufacturing to cannabis. In order to show you why you need to know your hourly rate, I'm going to show you inside a real coaching call with a seven-figure client of mine. What you're about to see comes from a real quarterly planning session we had. In fact, I think it was the first one I had with this client. And this is because every quarter I meet up with each of my seven-figure clients and their executive teams to review their past quarter's performance and set goals, plus the projects to achieve those goals in the new quarter. This is essential planning for seven-figure businesses who want to grow. Even if you are doing quarterly planning sessions, if you're not doing it right, you will get stuck. In this snippet, I'm not going to show you his real face or use his real name, but the numbers are real, the problem is real, and the breakthrough is real. So let me show you what happened. All right, so this entrepreneur, let's call him Bruno. He runs a 2.4 million per year coaching business. He's been doing this for over 7 years. He's got a team, he's got systems, he's profitable, but he's stuck. Revenue hasn't moved in 18 months. And when we got on our quarterly planning call, I asked him, what could have been better last quarter?
We need to develop a proper process within the like looking after the coaches. So we definitely need to put some work in on that, so she doesn't feel like she's just being pulled all over the show and just trying to. I think she's very reactive to things at the moment. So I think we need to work on helping her with like a routine. I think getting back to prepping 90 days of webinars. So I know on the delivery front, every Wednesday, like what am I teaching? Whereas at the moment I'm waking up on a Wednesday going, fuck, I've got to take this bloody group call at 10 p.m. tonight. What the fuck do I teach? I'm having to make it up on the day.
Wednesdays, how much time does it take on a Wednesday?
Honestly, like 2 hours, because I do everything at the last minute. So it gets to like 8, half 8, and it's like, what the fuck are you going to present? And then I'm just like, this, iPad, Canva, bosh. And by like 3 minutes before it goes live, I'm like, can you have a quick look? Come look at it. It's okay. And she's like, how have you done that, from scratch in an hour?
Then I asked, what's your time worth per hour?
I think I worked out a while ago. Let's say like couple K an hour. Yeah, 2,000 an hour. Yeah, something like that.
3 hours a week, that's 2,000 an hour. That's $6,000 a week. Times 4 weeks is 24,000 a month. Times for 12 months is 288,000 a year. He's spending 288,000 a year teaching webinars. Now, if they were sales webinars, it might be worth it, but this was product delivery. And here's the thing.
Maybe this is definitely an ego thing. It's not a maybe, it's definitely an ego thing. But I just feel that I'm really good at presenting and teaching. I'm in flow state when I do it. However, when the camera is on and people are in the chat and they're chatting away and they're telling me their wins that they've had over the past week and they're going, oh my God, this webinar was gold. I'm like, this is why I do it.
Got it. He's really good at it. Students love it. He remembers everyone's names. He's in flow state when he does it, but it's also keeping him stuck at 600K a quarter. Let me show you why. Lesson 1. Your job is to make yourself unnecessary. I asked Bruno, should you keep teaching the weekly webinar?
See, again, you can call me out.
Okay.
I think it's where I'm so like obsessed with the delivery side.
Yeah.
To me, it's these small intangibles of I will notice somebody on a webinar that they turn up, or I'll pick out a comment. I've got this weird memory where I remember people really, really well.
Okay.
And then I could be at a London event 6 months down the line with a room of like 200 people, and we'll do Q&A, and a catch box will land on somebody, and I'll be like, go for it. And then she'll say something, and then I'll answer, and then I'll even say, by the way, great job on something that she mentioned weeks ago.
That's a trap. You're so good at the operator work that you can't let it go. But every hour you spend in the business is an hour you're not spending on the business. Here's the analogy I gave him. Jude Bellingham is an English professional soccer player who plays for Real Madrid. Now, before he moved to Real Madrid, his former club, Borussia Dortmund in Germany, they had him playing everywhere on the field. He tackled, defended, attacked. He's honestly just really good at everything. But when Jude Bellingham moved to Real Madrid in 2023 under one of the best coaches of all time, Carlo Ancelotti, Ancelotti had him play one position only, the false nine. He had him focus on scoring goals and assists. He told Jude to become excellent at one thing. Ancelotti told him to stop being good at everything, be excellent at one thing. The result? Real Madrid won the domestic league, La Liga, and he led them to a Champions League title, and he was also the club's top goal scorer that year.
I was watching, just a quick side note that's related to this. I watched the highlights of the England games, and I'm just like, Jude Bellingham is absolutely fucking phenomenal. I watched a video from him about a year ago, and it was a 4-4-2 video. How Real Madrid are using Bellingham differently than Borussia Dortmund did. And they basically had him as a deep lying midfielder on the right.
So
his job to like help defend, be the pivot when the defense get the ball, pass it to him to be the pivot, get it up to the attackers, and then when the attackers had it, he would like come in and like support the attackers. And his like tackles were like 4 per game. He showed his heat map. He's like all over the place. He's all action. Adam Cleary said basically they've said to Jude, listen, instead of being really good at all these things, we don't be excellent at this one thing.
Yeah.
And that's it. And it was scoring goals and making like it was basically assists and goals, like game-changing things, the things that are going to like win us the Champions League. And that's what he did.
Here's your one thing as a CEO of your company. It's leading your company to grow market value, more revenue, more profits, higher valuation so you can exit big. Not teaching product delivery webinars at 10 p.m. Not being in the business.
So that's what I'm suggesting with you. Like, yes, you are good at all that stuff, but like, what if we just had you sales and marketing, or like, that one thing?
Agreed. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Bruno's problem wasn't that he was bad at fulfillment webinars. His problem was that he was too good at them, and it was keeping him from doing CEO work. Lesson number 2. The difference between efficient and effective. And when you understand this, it changes everything. Now, here's what most entrepreneurs get wrong. They think, I need to be more efficient. And that's wrong. Efficient equals doing things right. Effective equals doing the right things. Now, you can be efficiently teaching product webinars every week, or answering every support email, or reviewing every piece of content, or approving every decision. But if your time is worth $2,000 an hour, these are the wrong things to do efficiently. Peter Drucker, the godfather of management, said, there is nothing so useless as doing efficiently that which should not be done at all. Think about it. Bruno was focused on efficiently teaching product delivery webinars every week. He had his team prepare his slides in advance. They had them creating a calendar for him. He got the students engaged, content delivered, great feedback. But at $2,000 an hour, he shouldn't have been doing it at all. Here's how effective executives think. They ask, if I could only work 10 hours this week, what would I do to grow my company? Not, how can I fit in more into my 50 hours? An efficient operator, 2 to 5 million, works 50 plus hours a week, does everything themselves. Nobody can do it as well as me is something they might say. They focus on doing the things right. Effective executives, 10 million plus, works maybe 25 to 30 hours a week, delegates aggressively, and asks, is this the best use of my time? They focus on doing the right things well. Here's what happened with Bruno. While he was efficiently teaching webinars at 10 p.m., he wasn't doing the one thing that would actually scale his business.
out of our last 20 signups, 13 of them were from outside of the fitness space, which is like, pretty interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah. Hence today, I was going to get up and shoot a load of new ads directly, like not even mentioning personal trainer. Then I'm going to adjust the pre-call page and so on.
You see, a few weeks ago, I looked at Bruno's sales data and realized that there was a blue ocean opportunity for them to attract a different type of customer, one outside of the usual fitness space where they got them from. I told him to test a landing page and ads to that group, something he had been procrastinating on. But when the results came in, he noticed that 13 out of 20 new sales came from that new market. That's a $1 million plus opportunity. But in the past, he couldn't double down on it because he was too busy being efficient at the wrong things to even see the opportunity or take advantage of it. So here's a question for you. Are you being efficient or effective? Are you doing the $50 hour work really well? Or are you focusing on the $2,000 plus per hour work? Most entrepreneurs are stuck because they are efficiently doing the wrong things. Lesson 3, the 288K question. Here's a question that changed everything.
Is this what we want to set our Q2 goals as? What are you thinking? I just want to make sure I understand the math. So 300 and how much collected front end?
That'll be 355,000.
And then you said we have about 150 grand a month recurring right now.
Yep. Like if we hit 16 per week sign up, this business changes like 6 months from now.
Let me break down what just happened. Bruno realized that if he focused on CEO work, sales and marketing, the business transforms. But he can't do that if he's teaching product delivery webinars. So I asked him the question.
So, and how much is your time worth per hour?
I can't remember what it was, but it was a lot more than I thought. I can't remember, but it was a decent amount.
If you're going to put a number on it.
I think I worked it out a while ago. Let's say like couple K an hour. Yeah, 2,000 an hour. Yeah, something like that.
All right. So it's $4 grand a week. Plus, you're probably in the back of your mind all day, like you said. So let's call it 3 hours. So $6 grand a week, 24 grand a month. Is that worth 24 grand a month to your? Would you pay someone 24 grand a month to do those 4 sessions?
Would you pay someone $24,000 a month to do those 4 product delivery webinars a month?
Yeah, my thing is like, look, your job is sales and marketing and leading the company. Okay, this is not sales or marketing. It may be a bit of sales, keeping people in. Obviously you like it, you're good at it. I'm just wondering, like, would you pay someone 24 grand a month to do that? And you probably wouldn't. And it's like, well, where could we deploy that 24 grand a month to actually get 24 grand a month back?
Silence. He knew the answer. Here's the truth. Every hour you spend on operator work is an hour not spent on CEO work. And CEO work is what scales the business. Bruno's operator work, teaching weekly webinars, planning content last minute, delivering to students, where Bruno's CEO work was expanding his customer avatar to explore blue oceans, opportunities where there's less competition, driving his sales team, testing new pricing for higher value offers. That's 1 million a month opportunities. But he can't do it if he's teaching webinars at 10 p.m. and then waking up the next day tired because he got to bed so late. So I asked him, what's more valuable to your business? A, you teaching product delivery webinars every week, or B, you finding the strategy to get to 1 million a month in your company?
Agreed. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So ask yourself, what job within your company do you need to fire yourself from? Lesson 4, how to calculate your hourly rate in less than 60 seconds. Now here's a lesson that ties everything together, and this is the one you need to do right now. How to calculate your hourly rate. Step 1, get your annual revenue. Step 2, divide it by the hours you work per year. That's your hourly rate. That's it. Simple. Now, is this an exact science? No, but it's a damn good gauge for how you should spend your time. Here's why. Your revenue is a result of how you spend your time. If you're spending your time on $50 an hour activities, you're going to plateau at a certain revenue. If you want to 6x your revenue, you need to 6x the value of how you spend your time. Let me show you some examples. If you're doing 2 million a year, 2 million revenue, and let's say you're working 50 hours a week, that's about 2,400 hours a year, $833 an hour. If you're doing 5 million in revenue and you work about the same hours, that's 2,083 per hour. Now, if you want to hit 1 million a month working few hours, let's say 30 hours a week, then 12 million divided by 1,440 hours equals about 8,333 an hour. You see the difference? To go from 2 million to 12 million, your hourly rate needs to go from 833 an hour to 8,033 $53 an hour. That's a 10x increase and you're working 40% fewer hours. Now, why is this a good gauge? Because it forces you to ask the right question. Is what I'm doing right now worth $8,000 an hour? If you're answering customer support emails, doing delivery work that your team could handle, the answer is no. These are $10 an hour, $100 an hour activities, and that's why you're stuck. Now, here's what this number tells you. It's not about working harder. It's not about working more hours. It's about doing higher value work. $1 million a month entrepreneurs don't work 6 times harder than 2 million entrepreneurs. They do work that's 6 times more valuable. Finding new markets, building strategic partnerships, hiring A players, setting vision and strategy. That's $8,000 an hour work. So right now, I want you to calculate your hourly rate. Take your annual revenue, divide by the hours you work per year. What did you get? Drop it in the comments below. Let me know what your hourly rate has been and let me know what you want it to be. Then ask yourself, what am I doing that's below that hourly rate? What should I fire myself from? Maybe this is something better to add in the comments. What should you fire yourself from in your current role as CEO? What are you doing that you shouldn't be doing? What should you start doing that's worth 10x your current rate? Answering those questions is how you become an effective executive. So here's what I see with 7-figure entrepreneurs who are stuck at 2 to 5 million. They're really good at operator work. They've been doing it for years. Their customers love them, but they're trapped. They can't take a vacation without everything breaking. They can't scale beyond their personal capacity to break through to $1 million a month because they're still in the business. The entrepreneurs who scale to $1 million a month plus, they fire themselves from operator work. They focus on CEO work. They become a great leader to make themselves unnecessary in the functioning of the business. That's a transition, operator to CEO. Now we're right at the start of 2026 while I shoot this video. Most entrepreneurs are going to spend this year doing the same operator work they did last year, delivering programs, being in the business, stuck at the same revenue level. But here's the truth. If you're doing 2 to 5 million and you're stuck, if you're working nights and weekends and you can't take a vacation without everything falling apart, you don't need better tactics. You need to transition from operator to a CEO. That means firing yourself from operator work, delegating delivery to your team, focusing on sales, marketing, and strategy, having scorecards and dashboards so you can track your team's performance. That's how you scale to $1 million a month. So if you're stuck between 1 to 5 million a year in revenue, book a complimentary strategy session with me. Link is in the comments. And on this call, we'll audit where you're spending your time, where's the operator work, where's the CEO. We'll identify what you need to fire yourself from, and we'll map out your transition to $1 million a month. There's no pitch, there's no pressure, just a complimentary coaching session to see if we're a fit. And if you're not at $1 million in revenue yet, or you want the playbook on how I scaled my clients towards $1 million a month, get free access to my 8-figure scaling playbook Google Doc by clicking the link in the comments and requesting access. That doc takes you through the 3D scaling system that I apply to your business to help you scale toward $1 million a month without working more hours. I'm Mark Dharma, the $1 Million a Month Mentor. Go fire yourself from something this week, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and Bruno, we managed to hit his profit target. Not by working longer or harder, by having him focus on CEO work. What will you fire yourself from? I'll see you in the next one.